Happy Friday, everybody. It is August 23rd, and this is episode 22 of the Friday Five. So thank you for tuning in. For those that are new to the show, we basically, answer nonprofit leaders' burning digital marketing challenges that they share with us from across the world every week. We take 5 minutes, we answer as many as we can, and that's how this show works. If you're new or if you kind of stumbled upon this, be sure to join the Digital Marketing for Nonprofits Facebook group. That's where you can post and get your questions answered. All right, so let's go ahead and without further ado, jump into the show. So boom, starting the clock. Here we go. First digital marketing challenge is from Lindsay from Back on My Feet, Austin. Biggest digital marketing challenge is having enough high quality content, photos, graphics to share, and budget for that. And Lindsay, I have to say, I checked out your social. I think you're doing a really excellent job, to be honest. I mean, your social media is hopeful, which can be extra challenging at times when combating homelessness. So I wanted to acknowledge you on that. And personally, I say lean more towards, honestly, like increased consistency and volume, and don't get too hung up on perfection or the best, highest quality. Like things look good. I would focus on just like, how can we keep doing more? How can we be in people's feeds as much as we can? And if you can do that, I think you'll continue to grow your following, and that's kind of like where social's going, in my opinion. And just don't hesitate to repurpose your past content. I know it sounds like resources and content creation can always be an issue, but repurpose more. You have such great content, those stories, people love that, and just kind of put a new twist. And just continue to share those stories. So next is from Grace from the Sam Burrow Project. Biggest digital marketing challenge is maximizing our Google ad grant. Grace, to be honest, to get the most out of the grant, especially since, the stipulations that hit in 2017 and kind of where ad grants has gone, it's an incredible, powerful channel. I would say the vast majority of our 100 plus clients are utilizing it and getting strong results. I would just really recommend somebody on your team, needs to be a true practitioner. It's not really set it or forget it to make it work. And I just want to offer this. We're happy to do a complimentary audit. I think that could jumpstart your kind of strategy and just like approach and where you should take your ad grant, and then kind of give you some feedback as well as resources. And the other thing we recently just launched our Google Ad Grant Academy in beta, and I'm happy to give you free access to that. And it's quite extensive and I think can be really advantageous for you. Okay, next is from Haiti from the MidOhio Food Bank. Biggest digital marketing challenge is today it's mostly internal. Our development and marketing teams have not collaborated very thoroughly historically. So we haven't really built out the capacity for our organization to take digital marketing seriously for acquisition. And I think you're not alone here. Like the gap between marketing and development is something we see a ton of here at Community Boost. It happens in the for-profit world between marketing and sales, right? And measuring the ROI of marketing can be difficult. And, where development, it's like, okay, how much are we paying our development staff and how much are they generating and donors they're meeting with, right? And I would just really recommend starting to pre-wire leadership more and more on just why digital marketing is so important, right? And, that's just where people's attention is at. And in my opinion, if we're not building the muscles to do digital well today, we're going to really struggle in a few years. And yet the organizations who have built that digital muscle, who have tried things and failed and gotten stronger and better and figured out how to communicate on social and in email and use, digital ads like Facebook and Instagram ads or Google ads to win, are just going to win. And they're just going to have the attention of the millennial generation and these future generations that are going to be giving more and more and more over the next 5, 10 plus years. So, I feel you on that. I think it just comes from leadership buy-ins, my gut reaction. It's a conversation I've had to have with a lot of different boards. And yet they do get, okay, where's people's attention is at? We spend so much time on this device and we're on these channels. And that's how we market today. It's not just about direct mail, just give them the data. And the data, things like the giving report, can be really helpful for you to kind of make your point. Okay, next is from Pam from the Literacy Center. Biggest digital marketing challenge is a majority of aging retired population that use less and less technology to stay up to speed on what is happening. And when I hear this, I definitely hear you. It's something we hear a lot. Oh, our audience isn't on Facebook, or we're not on social, don't really use it. And but like, depending, like if you're trying to target donors and people that care about literacy, I mean, they're probably still on social, right? And I mean, it's just like everyone is. The data doesn't lie, and I mean, the data just tells me different. And so you just got to figure out how to target and connect with your audience and ask them, and where are they spending their time, and what are their devices looking like. And you just got to put in the work and figure that out and produce content. And naturally it'll start to kind of gain momentum for you over the long term. All right, that is today's episode. I hope you have an amazing weekend. As always, be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Give us a like, share this with your colleagues. If it helps, share this and some of our other content with people on your team. We'll see you next week.